Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE NXT episode 578, and real briefly going to talk about NXT UK episode 108, which I didn't actually watch, but I have seen two of the three matches that were chosen for this. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure if I saw the last one, but we have a hidden gem, as described by the network, between Black Tiger and the Cobra at Madison Square Garden. We had Tony Storm versus Io Shirai at the 2018 Mae Young Classic Finals, which I was at, and so you could see me in the crowd. Possibly holding up some signs and stuff in the front row of the risers across from the camera. And Cesaro versus Sami Zayn at TakeOver Arrival, which actually I probably have seen it, but I don't remember it exactly. But anyway, so go check those out. All great matches. We have two more clip show episodes, a special picks episode, top pick, or whatever they're calling these, until NXT UK returns. They made that announcement during Takeover this past weekend. I am super excited. Maybe they made that announcement during last week's NXT UK. I'm not sure, but that's gonna be great. Then I'll get back to actually watching it every week because it's So that said, let's go on to NXT this week. Pretty solid episode, but even more exciting is what's in store for next week. Oh man! So as it turns out, Karrion Kross has been injured to the extent that he had to vacate the title, which he does at the top of the show. Cuts a great promo before leaving. He says, "I told you I would become champion. And sometimes there are casualties in war." And he says, for me, the obstacles are the path, so God help the obstacles when I return. Wade Barrett is on commentary, and he will be on commentary next week as well. That's pretty exciting. We then had a Tag Team Championship match, Breezango versus the Tag Team Champions Imperium. Oh, what is that? That's right. Fandango escaped an attack as Marcel and Fabian did their kind of double trouble from inside and outside the ring, but Marcel ends up hitting Fabian with that basement drop kick. I think that's what he does in that maneuver, but because Fandango got out of the way, otherwise he would have had his head smashed in. Fandango hits an amazing double leg drop onto both of them later on, not like right after that, and wins. Breezango are the NXT Tag Team Champions. I am so happy about that. It's great. Up next we had, let's see, let me get rid of this window so I can make sure the recording is going okay. Up next, backstage, Damian Priest. His party from celebrating this past weekend is still rolling, and Timothy Thatcher approaches and says, "You are embarrassing. Look at you. Doing ladders and things. I can beat you in a wrestling match." And so he challenges him, but Bronson... Bronson is saying, "No, well, I think I maybe get that shot." And then Austin Theory appears. And that's just a theory. An Austin theory. But before that happens, Jake Atlas is featured in a match against Tommaso Ciampa, the returning Tommaso Ciampa, who comes out wearing a cool mask, and he wins via the Willow's Bell, but then brutalizes Jake Atlas afterwards, just destroys him, and even hits the Willow's Bell off of a stretcher after he's already been loaded up on the stretcher, be taken away to an ambulance, etc. So Ciampa is a real jerk now. Or always was? I don't know. Then we had Mia Yim versus Shotzi Blackheart, who made her entrance by running over Robert Stone, who is busy explaining why Mercedes Martinez wasn't going to fight Mia Yim. And so we got this great match, and Shotzi Blackheart won. William Regal announces that next week on a special Tuesday episode, because Wednesday is due to be an NHL game. That's what they're called, or an episode of National Hockey League. For the latest episode of National Hockey League, we will have a fatal 4-way 60-minute Iron Man match between all former champions. So there will be a 2-time champion coming out of this bunch. Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa versus Finn Balor versus Adam Cole, baby. I'm betting on Tommaso Ciampa or Finn Balor. I don't think the other two really need it. I don't see them winning it. But I could be totally wrong. And one of the other two could absolutely win it. Then up next we had Santos Escobar versus Isaiah Swerve Scott for the Cruiserweight Championship. And Escobar won after putting on his mask that was underneath the ring and headbutting Swerve. I believe he possibly had some type of metal plate or other advantageous material inside of the mask, because he hid the mask afterwards so as not to get in trouble. So there had to be something going on with that. And so Escobar continues his reign as Cruiserweight Champion. Then we had Drake Maverick versus Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly won, and then Killian Dane comes out to seemingly save Drake Maverick from their attack, from Undisputed Era's attack on him. Notable that Adam Cole was not part of this, so I don't know what's going on with that. And then it seems like Drake Maverick is, well, of course he's appreciative, but then Killian Dane attacks him as well. So who knows what Killian Dane is doing. Also next week we will have Isaiah Swerve Scott team up with Breezango to face off against Legado del Fantasma in a street fight. Not just a 6-man tag, a street fight. That's going to be awesome. And then our main event, we had Io and Rhea versus Dakota and Raquel. Raquel Gonzalez won the match after power bombing or choke slamming or whatever you call her finishing maneuver, Rhea Ripley. But that was because Mercedes Martinez snuck in there, attacked Rhea Ripley while the referee wasn't looking. Otherwise, Rhea probably would not have been finished off by that finisher. But Raquel did finish the match, and she did win, and I was pretty excited for that. It was a great match. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this whole episode, but it's going to pale in comparison to next week. A 60-minute Iron Man match, fatal 4-way Iron Man match. Holy cow. That's going to be crazy. And yeah, what else is there to say? And the street fight, that's going to be great too. What else are they going to have on there? They've got to have at least one great Shotzi Blackheart match, I'm sure. So I'm really excited. I'm recording this after SmackDown has aired, but I have not watched it yet. I fell a little bit behind. But I am going to go watch that right now. So let me know what you thought about this episode by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.